Well, that was a bit of a cock-up. We decided to try and tow the kayaks, which is hopefully going to be fine, but when you're trying to get out from the mooring, they're getting all tangled up. And we're off. It's a beautiful day. I'm guessing it's blowing like 5 knots or something. I take that back. It's more like 5 knots in the puffs. Maybe like 3 knots. What the hell?
So we may just make it to...
We've got nowhere else to be. It's just nice to be out on the river again. This is our first weekend up for 2021. Summer 2 of the pandemic. There we're racing that guy. Thus far he's managed to stay ahead. Talk about global warming. As a kid I never saw an egret in Ottawa, and now they're all over the place. And the other day someone saw 2 American white pelicans here. And I looked that up and they do not belong here at all. I think what I'm looking forward to is a few days with no internet. The last couple weeks it feels like all I've been doing is looking at the bloody internet. So it'll be good to be unplugged for a bit.
Yeah.
This part of the river is like the bloody Bermuda Triangle. It is so often patchy, shifty, crappy.
There he goes.
She got tired of sitting with me. Figured she could paddle faster. Which honestly may be the case. We'll see. You're doing 2 knots now.
I'm going 2 knots?
Yeah. Now you're just showing off.
Now we know. I thought it was more like 3.
Well, Kyla is kicking my ass. Don't see those every day. Well, here we are rounding the corner into Baskins. Made it. Took a while though. And none too soon, I might add, because I'm hot. Got a bit burned, I think. I'm thirsty. Some diet beer. That boat, that motorboat, which was new to the club last year, I saw pictures of it and there was maybe 3 or 4 inches of water under it. Now it's being towed and it looks like it's been floated, so he must have ripped off his props and rudders and everything. So that sucks. Look, we're having port.
Fancy? This plastic glass.
You can only do so much on a boat. Port on a boat.
It is from Portugal, that port.
What is it?
Yes. Do you like it?
Did you buy it in Portugal?
Yep.
Did we bring that back? No.
No, I got it at the SC.
I guess technically all port must have a port.
No.
Well, here we are in paradise. It's around 7 o'clock, so we were in bed for about almost 10 hours. But it did rain in the night, so we didn't really sleep for 10 hours. Such is life on a boat. Anyway, it looks nice today. We were just looking at the weather report, the wind report, and it's supposed to be a light wind day. 5 miles an hour going down to 2 miles an hour by lunch. So we have to decide where we want to go, what we're going to do.
So Constance
You can walk along the beach, which is nice, and you can kayak into the little tributary.
Yeah. We're at Baskins now, and there's not actually that much to do here. We've been growing arugula in the garden, but we are also growing weeds and other things in the garden. So I'm just wondering if that's actually arugula, or am I going to put weeds on my breakfast? Kyla assures me that it's arugula, but I just tasted it. It tasted sort of like weed. Anyway, shrubbery, it's all good for you. A bit of fiber. That's where we're anchored from the shore perspective. You can see 12 Mile Island way in the distance. This year's the Maple Leafs' 50th birthday. It's a 71. So I was thinking we should have some sort of a party. Hopefully they can't fly and poop at the same time. Well, change of plans, because we checked out the wind app, Predict Wind, and it's predicting no wind. Whereas before it said on Sunday it was going to blow out of the south at 15 to 20. Now it's saying it's going to blow out of the south at squat. So we're not going to go farther up the river, but we're going to paddle up there instead. And we're going to walk along the beach. And now I see that Kyla has brought her runners. And that can only mean one thing. Dun 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 dun! Death March. We're going to have to start doing yoga with Kyla.
Yes.
So every year I try to get in the kayak, it gets that much more tenuous.
I'm telling you, you need to do yoga.
It's just a matter of time before I end up in the drink.
What are you? I thought you were getting rid of this bug.
No, I am going to investigate a bug. So, it's the annual filming Kyla getting in the kayak. Sooner or later she's gonna fall, and I will get it on film.
This? Oh.
We could get $100,000 if you make it super funny. Or do they still have that show?
Do they?
I don't know.
Okay, you ready?
Born ready. Ah! She made it.
To spoil your fun.
Well done.
Thank you.
I don't really want you to fall.
Oh,
It's just if you do, I want to get it on film. That's all. Looks like Kyla has stirred up the turns. Wow, there's a lot of them.
There's Dave over there. He was checking something out. He got a little ahead of me. My shoulders are tired from yesterday, I think. Anyways, there's our destination where you can see the sand over there. We're gonna get over and do a walk. Should be fun.
Well, we made it ashore. We've come to the beach to go for a death march. It's 2.6 kilometers from one end to the other. There's teeny weeny toads. Whoops, I will tread more carefully, sirs. I've never seen anything like that. It's the bitter end. Well, we're not going over to check out the barge because someone has to pee. I've been sitting here for the last couple hours and I just cannot get over how lucky we are to be here. The world's going to hell in a handbasket with a pandemic. And other than the guy with the chainsaw, it was pretty peaceful. Unbelievable. We're about, I don't know, 15 kilometers from the city. I just can't imagine anything better. There's a murder of crows that live in those trees over there. It must have been generations. Like every time we've come here, I can recall them yapping in the morning.
Yeah.
Michaela said, oh, at least the crows have shut up. And almost instantly, they started yippity yapping and calling. Anyway, that's the story of the crows. And some weird dude who's just been standing on the beach, but he's facing the beach.
Well, there's a cat there, isn't
Oh yeah, he's taking his cat for a walk. That's a big litter box. Huh. You don't see that every day. There's absolutely no wind. So we're just debating what to do. It's Saturday. We could stay at one more night. But eventually we're going to have to get down the river. So we could wait a while and see if the wind comes up and then go halfway, or who knows. First things first though, we're going to go for a paddle. So this is directly across from Baskins, and we've always noticed that there's a nice beach here. The property would definitely flood on a good spring, but they're smart. Instead of a cottage, they seem to have a yurt, so they can take it down in the fall, put it up in the spring, don't have to worry about the flood. So we've shown you what it looks like from the Ontario side, looking at the Gatineau Hills, and it's quite nice, but these poor people have to look at a whap of McMansions and manicured lawns, which is really not quite as nice. We forgot to bring masks, so that was dumb, but these guys are on the ball. They've set up a dock and a chip truck with ice cream and whatnot. So if you're going past Portical Marina and you're hankering for some ice cream or fries, this is where you want to go. Well, it's got quite a good lengthy menu anyway, and the fellow said it's deep enough at the dock to get a sailboat there. When we were putting up the mast, I bent the crap out of the wind vane, so it really doesn't work properly. There's a bit of wind, and I'm hopeful that we will get the evening breeze. Almost 2 knots now. The bane of everybody's on the water life. Well, we're motoring because somebody has no patience.